is rain in the area, but we've been given the go-ahead to get this one started. Today, the third and final game in this three-game series between the Milwaukee Brewers and the San Diego Padres. It's time for Padres baseball. Next. Chris Paddock will do the pitching in Game 3 of the series. Dan, any thoughts?
Hey, Matty V, we're getting a chance to look at a guy that's been like white hot. How about a whip under 1.00 in his last 3 starts? Not a lot of base runners, and that usually adds up to a lot of success. Let's see if he can continue to do that in this one here today.
And in to hit next is Lorenzo Cain. And we are ready for some daytime baseball. First pitch on the way. And they go right after him on the inside corner for strike one. Guys, these Padres, as they take the field this afternoon, they've got to be considered one of, if not the hottest team in baseball right now. Winners of 8 of their last 10 ball games.
Hey, Matty V, we're taking a look at a team right here, D-Row. Through 5 games of this homestand, they're 3-2. I know they were expecting more, but they'd like to win this one here today and get that up to 4-2 on this homestand.
Yeah, this is an important one right here. You don't want to go 500 first 6 games, especially at home. On the road, you can deal with it. At home, this is a must-win.
Now here's a comebacker back to the mound. And he'll flip on to first to record the out.
Batting second, the shortstop, Gordon.
So now here is D. Strange Gordon. He's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. Ready to deliver. Here comes the first pitch. The 1-0. And set up behind the dish is Clyde Washington, as you see the rest of our umpiring crew there.
You know, D-Row, he is a pitcher's best friend, Clyde Washington. Down in the strike zone, he'll definitely call that ball right at the knees.
If he's consistent with it, Dan, which Clyde always is, I'm okay with it.
Striding in is Christian Yelich, and he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Looked like he went around that time. They'll appeal down to third, and yes, sir, it's strike one. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Top of the first, just underway at Petco Park. And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side.
Boy, there's another opposite base hit right there, D-Row. He's turning April showers into May foulers right now.
There's no doubt about it. This guy has gotten off to a hot start, but it's his ability to use the whole field. That's what's made the difference. He's not just pull happy or trying to push everything the other way. He's taking what the pitcher's giving him.
And that'll bring up Keston Hiura as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. He'll enter play with that batting average still shy of the 220 mark. 2 home runs and 5 driven in. Here comes the 0-1. Yelich is running. Strike taken to throw. Way late, and he's in there easily at second.
Good steal of second there, and that really sets up the middle of this order to drive in a run and break this scoreless ball game. Always great if you can score first early in the game.
And this one's in the dirt, and he'll rein it in as the count moves to 1-2. One and two. Here it is. Popped him up. Caratini over to his left, and he makes the catch to retire the side. Brewers strand one, and now the Padres get their first opportunity in a scoreless ball game. Corbin Burns. The California-born right-hander is on the mound. What do we need to know here, Danny?
Hey, this guy wasn't too bad in his last one, Matt. Pitched all the way through the 6th inning. And listen, that's what you ask for nowadays. If you can get your starter to get you through the 6th inning and turn it over to the bullpen, he took the loss in the last one, but he actually pitched pretty well.
And now here is Jorge Mateo. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. He's set and the pitch. And he had to be looking for something else to start the at-bat. It's 0-1. Dan, D-Row, these Brewers, as they begin play here this afternoon, they come in scuffling a bit of late, just 2-4 over their last 6 games.
Yeah, Matty, this is the big one right here. They've split the first 2 games of this series. You want to steal one right here and be feeling good about yourself.
Yeah, D-Row, I think one of the things you want to do, you get to the 3rd game, you'd like to win this series and finish it off by winning Game 3. It's always nice to win a series, whether it's at home or on the road, so this is a big one for this ball club.
And at the plate is Jake Cronenworth. Comes into this one with just 1 hit in 9 tries for the series. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swing hard liner to left center. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit.
Hey, the leadoff man wasn't able to do his job, but the number 2 hitter came through right there with the single, setting the table for the big boys.
In to hit will be Trent Grisham, as he'll take a look at a strike right down the middle. It's 0-1. Cronenworth, base runner at first with 1 out. Swing and a miss, and he's in the hole. 0-2 now. Hit hard on the ground to second, and that gets through for a 1-out base hit.
He had him on the ropes right there. Count leverage, 2 strikes against the batter. He's going to have to put that in the memory bank, because that guy made a nice 2-strike approach right there. Made a nice 2-strike adjustment.
So here's Will Myers. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. He'll enter play here with that average down in the low 200s. 2 home runs and 5 driven in. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball.
The offensive game plan today is certainly to see the ball up. This guy is known on the mound for sinker changeup combination. He's going to try and establish down in the zone to get swing and a miss or ground balls consistently. You have to find something above the belt to get loose on.
Strike 2, swinging just out in front of the slider.
Great pitch in that situation. If he makes contact on that one, more than likely he's hitting into a double play.
He's set. Here's the 2-2. Now a ball lined hard toward deep right field. And that'll get down out there for extra bases. Cronenworth isn't stopping. Here he comes to the plate. And he's safe at the plate as they take the lead.
This is the way you want to start the game on the offensive side of things. Teammate puts himself in the scoring position, and you're able to bring him home with a capper. That's the kind of thing that gets the whole lineup excited to put up some numbers.
Jurickson Profar digs in next as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1.
Tough situation early out on the mound, but if he can limit the damage right here, might build some confidence and get him rolling.
Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Hit back toward the mound. And that's through into center field. Base hit. And both runners will score. It's now a 3-0 ball game. And they are just teeing off on him right now. And even in just the first inning, you've got to wonder how much longer they'll let him continue out there. Next to bat will be Victor Caratini. Lifted in the air out towards left center. After it is Yelich. But he's not going to get this one. It's into the gap. Profar rounds the corner and is headed home. Safe at the plate. And they lead now by 4.
Well, this doesn't have the makings of a start he's going to be proud of, does it? He's getting absolutely pounded here in the first inning, and I would think they're not going to let this go on for much longer.
Into the box, Brian O'Grady, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Another first inning RBI opportunity for him here. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. 4 runs here in this half inning. Check swing. Did he go around? He did not, says Ed Drummond. It's ball 1. A ball and 2 strikes. Here it is. Looked like the cut fastball there, and he got him to swing through it for the second out. Digging in will be Tucupita Marcano. And the Padres trying to make this first inning even better here. As a look, now the pitch. This one's down to third. Shaw has it. Throw in time for the third out, but it certainly took a while as the inning is finally over. So it's 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll move on to the second now at Petco Park. Padres lead it 4-0. At the plate now is Daniel Vogelback. He'll start things out in the top half of the second.
They've gotten a gut punch to start this game. There's no doubt about this, but that's when you have to turn the scoreboards off. Everybody do their job 1 at bat at a time.
And that one's in on the hands to start the inning. It's ball 1.
As an offense right here, 4-0, you can't let that get away from you. You're a grand slam from tying this one up. Everyone take a deep breath and just start getting some guys on base.
Vogelback, a native Floridian. He was taken in the second round back in 2011.
Yeah, he has turned himself into a really nice ball player. I wouldn't put him on a superstar level, but you know what? They didn't miss with this pick either. You go into high rounds and you carve out a career the way this guy has, nice pick.
And it's fouled away. The 2-2. And he's getting his money's worth up there now. It's full 3-2.
Well, you don't see it all that often, but this might be a good time for a 3-2 change. If he can locate it, it's nearly impossible to hit.
So we got him looking there. Daniel Vogelback becomes the first out of the inning. So digging in next will be Travis Shaw. And he's hoping to get things going at the plate. It's been a bit of a struggle for him in recent games. Here's the first pitch. Taken, and that one catches the bottom part of the strike zone. 1 out, nobody on. And he fouls this one off.
It's going to be back to some serious tee work if he can't put that pitch in play right in his wheelhouse.
And another foul ball. The next 0-2. Another one sent foul. Bases are empty, 1 man out. And he turns on one, sending it high and deep to right. Myers going back, still ranging back. A leaping effort, and he brings it in. 2 away now after a great effort. So here's Avisail Garcia. As he takes a cold strike at the knees, it's 0-1. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. Right side, hit hard. Fielded cleanly. Throw cleanly into first, and that ends the inning. Gone in order are the Brewers. They trail here 4-0. Bottom of the inning now, and that'll bring up the pitcher, Chris Paddock.
The pitcher, Chris Paddock.
Now here's the first offering. And this pitch is taken on the inner half for strike one. And it's 1-1. This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Kane is right there, one down.
Up next for the Padres, the shortstop, Jorge Mateo.
Next to hit, Jorge Mateo flied out in his first at-bat, so make him 0 for 1 so far.
And with his speed, he's one of those rare guys who you'd actually like to see keep the ball on the ground. You can't beat out a fly ball in this game.
Ball one to start the at-bat. One and one to San Diego's leadoff batter. One out, nobody on. And he'll just fight this one off as it's chopped foul. The 1-2 pitch. And he lays off a pitch outside as they draw even at 2-2. Good bite to that sinker as he gets him to swing through it for out number 2.
He's looking a lot sharper and has settled in here in the second inning. It'd be hard not to because that first inning was pretty much a mess. But I give him credit for letting it go and making some really good adjustments.
At the plate now, Jake Cronenworth, as he'll take a look at ball one. 1 for 1 with a single so far. The 1-0 home. Hammers it to deep right field. Back goes Garcia, and it's gone as they add still another. A solo shot here to straightaway right field. First home run of the campaign for him, as the Padres have now opened up a 5-0 lead.
When you're facing an elite starter, you know runs are going to be at a premium. I don't know if this shakes the starter's confidence, but you know what it does? It certainly boosts the confidence of the guys in your lineup.
The center fielder,
Stepping in now, Trent Grisham hit in the air down the right field line. Garcia has a read on it, and that retires the side. The Padres get one in the inning, and it comes on the solo home run. We've played 2. It's the Padres 5 and the Brewers nothing. Now at the plate, here is Omar Narvaez. He's ready for his first at-bat of this early season contest. And the pitch. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1.
I love everything this pitcher's got working right now. He's got presence, he's got great body language on the mound, he's got fastball command and a nice early feel for his off-speed stuff.
Just staying alive, putting together a really good at-bat here. Here's another 0-2. That's popped up. Marcano trying to get there. But he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. And he's out trying to stretch it into a double, so a costly mistake here leading off the inning.
The pitcher, number 39, Corbin Burns.
In now, Corbin Burns. As he will take strike one on the fastball here. No balls and a strike. A ball and a strike. Bases are empty, one man out. Pops this one up. And that's in there, base hit.
Well, maybe he can take one positive from this right here with that huge base hit. I got to be honest, I wasn't even expecting him to go to the on-deck circle. The way he's been throwing the ball, scuffling a little bit, I thought maybe manager would pinch hit for him, but not so. But at least he's got the knock to fall back on.
Lorenzo Cain stands in as he looks at ball one here. And this is on the ground to short. Could be two. To second for one. Relay to first in time. And just like that, this side is retired. None left for Milwaukee. Need to get it going soon. It's 5-0. Back alongside Mark DeRosa and Dan Plesac, Matt Vasgersian, as Will Myers is set to lead things off.
Will Myers.
First pitch on its way. Fly ball out toward left center field. Cain is under it. He's got it one away.
Now batting, first base.
So with one gone in the inning, here's Jurickson Profar. Here's the first pitch.
There's no way around it. This has been a rough start on the mound, so it'll be interesting to see how long that man is going to let him go. Maybe he settles in and can give you another inning or so, but I wouldn't bet on it at this point.
Pulled toward right center field. Cain will range to his left and put it away. 2 down. Stepping in once again is Victor Caratini. He doubled his last time up.
Well, he got a good pitch to hit last time up. Looked for it up in the zone and didn't miss it. Those are the pitches you only get maybe once an AB, maybe once a game, maybe once a week. So he certainly capitalized on it last time. Super important situation right here for the pitcher to go 1-2-3. Get back in the dugout, regroup. He struggled early, but if he can knock out this 1-2-3 inning, I think he can right the ship.
Popped up. Shaw might try to make a play on it, and this will not be caught. It's a foul ball. Hit hard back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, his second of the ball game. You can relate, Dan. So what's going through the pitcher's mind right now?
And they've had some good at-bats against him all game long. It seems like it's just been hard hit after hard hit. As we take a look at his line here, the numbers do not lie. This has not been one of his better outings, and he'd be the first to tell you that.
Next to dig in, Brian O'Grady struck out in his first at-bat.
Yeah, he's got to put that one behind him, especially with runners in scoring position. Those punch-outs will stick with you a little longer.
Now here's the first offering. Ground ball right side. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. Padres leave one as they're unable to add to their 5-0 lead. Now to the plate, here is D. Strange Gordon. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. High in the air down the right field line. Myers is over a few steps as he puts it away for the first out. And here's Christian Yelich now. He singled in his first AB. Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. Oh, might not have been where he was hoping to put that pitch, but he somehow gets a swing on it anyway. Strike one. No runs, 3 hits, and no errors on the Milwaukee line score so far. 1-1.
If you're going to have success against some of the better hitters in the game, you got to get that pitch right there. 0-2, he's almost certainly out. 1-1, he's got a chance to really do some damage.
And there's a line drive, base hit to left field. Heading for second is Yelich. And he is in at second base with a 1-out double. But baseball's a game of streaks and runs, and he is on one right now.
No question, he's swinging the bat very well of late. And when that's the case, you can't wait to get in the batter's box. Definitely the case in this game. That's his second base knock. This one for extra bases.
That's now 2 hits so far for him in this one. At the plate, Keston Hiura, as he swings and misses at a first pitch fastball. 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Oh, and you talk about a pitcher getting the benefit of the doubt. That's low, but called a strike anyway. 0-2 now.
Hey, make no mistake about it. This lineup's going to have to get going and get a little bit more aggressive. This guy's pounding the zone.
The 1-2 is a swing and a miss. That's strike 3.
Pitching 101 is changing location and upsetting the hitter's timing. You do that, and everything's going to be fine. In that strikeout, he never threw the same pitch twice in a row, and he won the battle because of it.
Daniel Vogelback's next, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. From the belt, the pitch. Here's a fastball that crowds him a bit, and it's 1-1.
There is a base open here, so the option to work around him is there if they want to go that route.
The 1-1. Yelich at second with 2 down. Runner's on his way to third. Count even at 2-2. Waved at and missed for the 3rd out. Not much of a chance at hitting that one, and the inning is over. Back-to-back strikeouts keep him out of danger. More matinee baseball here on a Wednesday afternoon following this. Ready to go for the last half of the inning, and standing in as the rookie third baseman, Tucupita Marcano.
Third baseman, Tucupita.
From the stretch. Swing and a liner. He dives. Did he catch that? He did. What a play there for the first out.
Boy, that would look like a cinch extra base hit off the bat, but a terrific diving catch in left center field.
Into the box now, Chris Paddock, as he pops the first pitch foul behind the plate. Flew out in his only at-bat so far. Hit out towards second. He's right there. Throw to first will get him. Already 2 away here in the home 4th.
Up next.
So it's back to the top of the order now. And digging in at the plate next will be Jorge Mateo. First offering on its way. Cut fastball taken for strike one. Really starting to pour now, and the forecast is not showing any signs of a break in the weather.
You know, one of the big issues is player safety, and right now this field is getting sloppy, wet, Matt, and I don't know how much more rain this field can take.
Trying to send him packing for the second time. Hit on the ground out to short. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for San Diego, but they hold a 5-0 lead. And that brings up the left-handed hitting Travis Shaw.
The third baseman, Travis Shaw.
Ready to deal. Here comes the first pitch. Into center field, line drive, base hit. So the Brewers get their leadoff man aboard to start out the frame.
Hey, guys, there had to be something in the scouting report right there. For him to be on top of that 0-0 changeup the way he was, that was pretty special.
So here is Avisail Garcia, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Garcia playing here in his age 29 season. This is the final year of his current deal, so he'll be a free agent at season's end.
You know, Matty, I know he's in the final year of his contract, but he's playing to expectations, to be honest with you. I know he wants to turn it up a little bit, though, as he approaches the end of the season and make that salary push as he heads towards free agency again.
Struck him out.
This pitching staff has done a really good job against this guy in this series. This is a really good hitter, and it's not easy to make a guy strike out 5 times in a series up to this point, but that's what they've done to this guy so far.
Standing in now, Omar Narvaez. High and deep to straightaway right. Myers going back, still going back. And this one is gone, a home run. A 2-run blast to straightaway right field. Second home run early in the year, and it's now a 5-2 game.
That was a mistake with location, and he drove it out of here. I can't overstate how important this home run is, folks. It's not just the 2 runs. It's what he does to the guys in the dugout. 5-0 seems pretty desperate, but 5-2 is doable. That changed the whole feel of this game.
The pitcher, number 39.
At the plate now, Corbin Burns. As he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center. Grisham is there now, and he has it, 2 gone.
The center fielder.
Stepping in next, Lorenzo Cain. 0 for 2 for him to this point. First pitch of the AB on its way. And, looked inside, but that's ruled a strike, 0-1. A 1-1 count to the Brewers leadoff man. And he pumps the fastball by him here. 1-2 now. Into the windup and the pitch. Well hit to right. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. On a line, that's a base hit.
Boy, after that base knock right there, D-Roll, he extends his hitting streak to 7 games.
Yeah, and you can tell he's made some necessary adjustments at the plate. Anytime you're getting a knock every day of the week, you're doing things right. He's keeping that front shoulder tucked, staying inside the ball, not trying to do too much.
D. Strange Gordon stands in for the 3rd time now as he takes a look at a ball. It's 1-0. And a fastball in there for a strike. 1-1. Hits are even at 7 apiece. Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
2 balls, 1 strike.
And a big swing and a miss here, 2 strikes. He pops him up toward the left side of the infield. Mateo is there to make the catch, and the side is retired. But 2 come across to score in the inning, courtesy of this 2-run home run. Middle of the afternoon here downtown. It's the Padres 5 and the Brewers 2. Set now for the bottom of the 5th, and that'll bring up Jake Cronenworth.
The second baseman, Jake.
Now the first pitch. Hit in the air to straightaway center. Kane is under it. And he hauls it in for the first out of the inning. So 1 out and nobody aboard. And that brings up Trent Grisham. He's set. Here it comes.
It's really hard to match up this poor performance when you dive into the numbers. This guy's thrown over 80% of his first pitches for strikes, but he's going to have to clean his stuff up a little bit better and get the ball down in the strike zone.
Swing and a liner. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Well, we've mentioned the conditions aren't ideal with the rain coming down, and that can make every play a little bit of an adventure. You really have to concentrate, and he did there to haul it down.
So here's the cleanup hitter, Will Myers. He's 1 for 2 in this one. First delivery to him. Bottom part of the zone, and the slider is in there for a called strike. Back up the middle. And that's through for a hit.
Boy, just when you're looking for one of those shutdown innings, you get 2 quick outs, D-Roll, then you give up a 2-out base hit to extend the inning.
Yeah, you show me a big league ball player that's going to give away an AB. No chance. Everybody's in there grinding every at-bat, every plate appearance. Nice job. Maybe a little 2-out lightning starting.
Little chopper back to the mound. Throw in time, and the side is retired. 1 left for San Diego, and it remains 5-2. And now in the box, Christian Yelich. He doubled earlier and carries a 2-for-2 line into this appearance.
Christian Yelich.
Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Swing, line, drive. That's going to be trouble. Heading for second is Yelich. And he is into second base with a double. His 3rd hit this afternoon. Well, it's always daunting to know that you've got to deal with the 3, 4, 5 hitters to start out an inning, but even more so when the 3 hitter starts it out with a double.
Yeah, he's going to have to start making some good pitches to get out of this thing. Job number 1 is to get the next guy, and ideally you keep him from advancing the runner to third with less than 2 outs.
So now to the plate, Keston Hiura. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. Comes set, and the 0-1. And he gets him to swing through that one. He's in control, 0-2.
This is why the manager pencils these guys in the middle of the order. Big spot, time for them to get back in this game with a couple quality ABs.
Cronenworth will stay with it as he backs up and puts it away. 1 gone.
Now batting.
Next
The
up,
first baseman,
Daniel Vogelback. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Here's the first pitch. There's a swing and a drive hit well out to right field. Myers going back, and it's gone. A two-run blast to straightaway right field. Home run number 3 here in the early going. As they pull within 1 here, it's now a 5-4 game.
Hey, that's the price you pay right there when you try and sneak a fastball past this guy. Power hitter, and every power hitter in the league knows you got to start with the numero uno, number 1, man. You got to get on the heater and adjust to everything else, and he did just that.
To the plate now, Travis Shaw, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. Oh, and 2 to Travis Shaw. Swing and a drive to right center. Hey, that ball's going to be way out of here. Back-to-back home runs. A solo home run there for Travis Shaw. Second home run early in the year as we are all tied at 5.
Another excellent swing right there. That's multiple home runs in the same inning. Watch yourself. You're missing over the heart of the plate.
Now batting, the right fielder, Garcia.
Stepping in now, Avisail Garcia. As he takes a called strike at the knees, it's 0-1. No hits to this point. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. And he misses with it, 1-1. Outside, 2-1.
We're starting to see a lot more balls from him now, and that's a direct result of him getting hit around pretty good. He's trying to do something different, and it's resulting in him not attacking the strike zone anymore.
Throw gets him, 2 down. Ready to take his hacks again. Narvaez lasted a 2-run homer in his last at-bat.
Well, Matty, we know he's got the timing on the fastball locked in. That's what he got a hold of on that home run in the previous at-bat. You do not come off the heater. Have to be leery of the off-speed, but stay on the fastball. He's got to throw it again.
Strike 2 taken. A fastball that clips the inside black.
He's had to be sitting out over that outer half of the plate. For him to take those first 2 pitches right there, finds himself 0-2. I'll be surprised if the pitcher doesn't go right back to that spot.
Into center field, line drive, base hit. So good work on a 1-2 count to get on base.
Well, I think it's safe to say the ice is melted on this guy. He had been cold coming into this game, but that being his 3rd knock, I guarantee you my man's smiling on the inside.
Colton Wong will look for some 2-out magic here as he'll pinch hit with 2 gone and a runner at first.
Colton Wong.
From the belt, kicks and deals. Pulls this one into the air out into right field. Myers able to track it down for the 3rd out. So 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, and a man left on. On to the bottom of inning number 6, and we are all tied 5-5. Brett Anderson is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here.
Number 25, Brett Anderson.
So now to the plate, Victor Caratini. 2 hits and 2 trips for him thus far.
The catcher, Victor
First pitch coming, here it is.
Caratini.
Now a drive out to left center field. He's around first, heading for two. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
Oh, this is a great way to start the inning. Now the go-ahead run is on second. A base hit away from coming across. I know it's only the sixth inning, but you'd love to claim the lead right now and let your bullpen carry the load the rest of the way.
Into the box, Brian O'Grady. This is hit the other way out toward left field. Yelich is under it. One away. Next to hit is Tucupita Marcano. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Pulled toward right center field. Kane on the move. He makes the play. Runner tags and heads for third. The relay throw, and he'll make it up to third on the fly ball as he's in there now with 2 away.
That was a nice job to track that one down to the alley because it definitely saved the run from scoring. Instead, he's only able to move up to third.
Fernando Tatis Jr. will get the call here as he'll hit for the pitcher.
Number 23, Fernando Tatis Jr.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Hard on the ground towards short. Scooped up. And the throw pulls him off the base, and the inning's going to continue.
Man, there's just no excuse for a middle infielder to make a play like that, especially your shortstop. Looked like a routine play, but for some reason, he just pulled the first baseman off the bag. It happens, but you never want to give a team extra outs.
Standing in now, Jorge Mateo, as the first pitch to him runs a bit inside for ball 1. He's hitless in 3 at-bats to this point. Now a good pitch around the knees, but it doesn't quite catch the bottom of the zone.
This is why I love having athleticism and speed on your team. You can tell the runner on first base is certainly messing with the mechanics of the pitcher.
The 2-0 on the way. Runner goes for second. Pitch inside. The throw. Not in time. He's in there at second. Well, when a stolen base is that close, it's interesting to check it out on Show Track. And as the numbers come in, you'll want to focus on the top speed. Really good, and it paid off there. Tatis stands at second with 2 gone. Swinging away and maybe a bit too anxious there. Still ahead in the count, 3-1. And that misses, ball 4. So it's first and second now with 2 out.
Now that the second baseman,
Jake Cronenworth will stand in here hoping to duplicate what he did back in the second inning as we flash you back to take another look at his solo home run that helped get this offense rolling. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch.
After the walk and with runners on the bags, he couldn't afford to fall behind here. Nice job of jumping ahead with strike 1.
The 0-1 offering. Changed up on him here, and this is grounded to short. He's got it, and behind the back, he gets his man at second to retire the side. Wow! One for the highlight reel as they get the force play to get him out of trouble. On to the back third here this afternoon, and we've got it for you on the show. Well, there it is. This one is going to be delayed as the crew chief has made the call to suspend action.
You know, Matt, I just get the feeling this isn't going to be a very long delay, and we do have some clearing skies, so I think both of these guys possibly will go back out.
And welcome back inside the ballpark as the weather has finally cleared up. Tim Hill will be the new pitcher on the mound after the delay as we are ready for more baseball. In now is Lorenzo Cain. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. Down and in here, 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, because this is just a one-run game, this doesn't strike me as a situation where he's going to be working around a guy. I think he's going to challenge him right here.
The 2-0 on the way. 2 balls and a strike to count. The 2-1 pitch. Grounded back up the middle. Fielded cleanly. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7. So next to bat will be D. Strange Gordon. He could really use a knock here. 0 for 3 in the game so far. First pitch on the way.
1 ball, no strike.
5 runs, 11 hits. 1 error thus far in the game for Milwaukee. Fouled off. And this is low, ball 2. 2-1.
1 strike.
Trying to bunt his way aboard, but this will get foul. Swinging a ball hit on the ground. Reined in. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out. Now to bat, Christian Yelich. Trying to stay perfect. He's 3 for 3 so far. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And that's in there for a strike.
You know, some guys just don't like pulling the trigger in a 0-0 count. They don't like the ambush tactic. They like to calibrate the speed, maybe pick up the break. They want to know everything your ball does before they pull the trigger.
Now the 0-2 pitch. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And he'll flip it onto first, and with it, that ends the inning. So they're held in check here this half of the inning. It is stretch time here at Petco Park. It's the Padres 6 and the Brewers 5. Stepping up is Trent Grisham. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line-out.
Yeah, Matty, it's always a little frustrating when you square one up. You hit a solid line drive like he did, and all you have to show for it is a jog back to the dugout. That can get in your head for a little while.
Boy, so frustrating as a pitcher. You make a quality pitch on the inside half of the plate right there. Try to bust him in, D-Row, and he fights it off the other way.
Yeah, you tip your hat to the pitcher right there. He executed his pitch, but nice job by the offensive player fighting. It doesn't matter what it looks like. A knock's a knock.
Here's Will Myers. Hit in the air down the right field line. This is gathered in out there by Garcia for the first out. Here's Jurickson Profar.
Jurickson Profar.
First pitch on its way. Runners off for second. In there. Now the throw is well behind the play. That's an easy stolen base.
90 feet is a big deal when you're talking about a one-run game, so that's a little risky. But, hey, sometimes you have to be aggressive and force the other team to stop you.
1 out and a runner on second base. Good breaking ball there, laid off for the second strike.
Pretty unusual that you see a 5-0 hitter take 2 strikes in a row. Typically, those are some of the most aggressive batters in the lineup.
Breaking ball, and he gets him to chase it in the dirt. Narvaez recovers, but the throw is not in time. Profar reaches on the strikeout. So the next to bat will be Victor Caratini, and it looks like this could be a critical at-bat in this one.
Well, a glance at my scorebook shows they haven't been able to get him out yet, so this could be a fun at-bat to watch.
Wheels and deals. Here's the first pitch. Too high, 1-0. First and second now, one man out. Sent in the air out to straightaway center. Kane is there, two gone. And he'll take those extra 90 feet, so put runners at the corners now with two gone in the inning. Next, it'll be Brian O'Grady. It's been a rough go of things at the plate for him so far, but his guys are looking for him to change that right here.
Yeah, nothing better than coming through for the boys in a tight game, Matt, especially when you're kind of due to do something productive.
First offering on its way. Lifted down the line in left. Runners on first and third, two away. A bouncer up the middle. And he has delivered one of the biggest at-bats of the afternoon as he cashes in with a base hit. And the insurance run comes across to score from third. Now a 7-5 game.
Dan, that's a huge insurance run right there. Has to feel good as a hitter right there to not only get a ribby knock, but to give your team a little bit of breathing room.
It does, and it makes your pitcher go out there with a little bit more free and easy frame of mind instead of going in a one-run game where every pitch is so important. You're one pitch away from a solo tying the game up. That's not the case now.
Justin Topa takes over pitching duties, looking to get that final out now here in this seventh inning. At the plate now, Tucupita Marcano as he drives a liner to right center. And the Friars won't let up as this ought to be good for extra bases. And the runner will score from second. And he is in there.
That's the difference between average and good hitters. Good hitters almost always take advantage of RBI opportunities when they present themselves. He does it here, and the lead is now 4.
Manny Machado will grab a bat and hit for the pitcher here.
Number 13, Manny Machado.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Right-hander against right-hander as this is a ball 1-0. And he's definitely off to a fast start in the early part of the season. Hard ground ball to third. Throw on to first, and they're able to escape the monster inning as the side is retired. So 3 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and a man left. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now. The Padres lead it 9-5. Mark Melanson has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Striding forward now, the Brewers' cleanup hitter, Keston Hiura. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. First pitch of the AB on its way. Slapped hard the opposite way. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
Now batting, the first baseman, Daniel Vogelbach.
Into the box now, Daniel Vogelback, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike one. Well, this one's been a bit of a head scratcher despite their home run production today.
Yeah, Matty V, this is one of those that you kind of scratch your head and you go, wow, you hit the ball all the ballpark, but still not enough.
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone. So a two-run homer down the line in right field, his second home run of the game, as this lead has been sliced down to 2. That one worth another look with our show track technology, and the number you look at here, most definitely the 114-mile-an-hour exit velo. You don't have to hit it that high to get it out of the park when you hit it that hard. In now, Travis Shaw. He swings and hits it foul off to the right and out of play. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. Fastball well outside. One and two now as that one's fouled off. Into the windup and the pitch. Bases are empty here, nobody out. A knuckle curve there, and he thought he had him, but it's 2-2.
Tried to work in the backdoor breaking ball there for a strikeout, but he just couldn't quite get it to come back to the corner. That's a really tough pitch to hit if you can spot it.
Still 2-2. Neither guy giving in. Here's the next one. A bouncer to the left side. He's right there. And the throw on to first will take care of him. So he's thrown out by the only man standing on the left side of the infield. One away.
The right fielder.
And now Avisail Garcia. He bounced out last time up. Here comes the pitch for Garcia. And here's a first pitch curveball that bounces on him there. It's ball one.
Hey, this pitcher's going to have to step off the mound right here and refocus. Take a deep breath, something. Can't keep falling behind and creating traffic. It puts everybody on edge, not only himself, his defense, and especially his manager.
Marcano has room in foul territory. He hauls it in without any trouble, and there are 2 away. Now it'll be Omar Narvaez. 3 hits in 3 trips to the plate for him so far. He's ready. Here's the first pitch. The windup and the 0-1. Fastball just misses. That's ball one. Line hard deep into left. O'Grady finds some space out there for the catch to retire the side. But the Brewers do get 2 on this 2-run home run. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Padres 9 and the Brewers 7. Bottom of inning number 8 set to go. And coming forward now is the shortstop, Jorge Mateo. First offering on its way. Now a check swing, but he holds up in time. Ball one. A ball and a strike now. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. A ball and 2 strikes now.
Yeah, guys, he's got so much respect for this guy's fastball. You could tell he was out in front on that slider. I think he goes to the well one more time with that pitch.
2 balls and 2 strikes now. He's ready with the 2-2 pitch. And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
And just when you needed a shutdown inning, a leadoff walk was certainly not on the agenda. He needs to bear down right here.
Now the payoff pitch home. Hit back up the middle. Scooped up. Throw on to first, and one shortstop grounds out to the other, one away. So one man gone for the Friars in their half of the eighth, and that'll bring up Jake Cronenworth. First delivery to him. Now a swing and a miss as they start him out on a pitch well inside for strike one.
Boy, that's a jam shot right there. That's as good as it gets, in my opinion. Woo, up and in.
Tries to shave the corner with that pitch, but it's 1-1. Lifted the other way down the left field line. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. Hit hard on the ground to short. Fielded cleanly, and there are 2 away now. Into the box, Trent Grisham. A couple of singles for him and 4 trips for him this afternoon. Now here's the pitch. Two out, nobody on. Down and away, ball 1. Lifted the other way to left center. Yelich is under it. No problem with this one, and the inning is over. Padres down in order. They still lead it by 2. It's 9-7. Keone Kela takes the ball now in inning number 9, looking to close the door.
Number 27, Keone Kela.
Tyrone Taylor is going to be asked to try and be the rally starter as he's up off the bench, ready to lead it off in the 9th. First pitch on its way. Kela is one of those guys that just seems to be at his best under pressure. Runners in scoring position, tight game, tough hitters at the plate. That's when he's at his best.
One of the keys, Matty V, to being a good reliever is being able to pitch out of trouble. Trouble that's created by the pitchers before you, or sometimes you even have some mess that you put on yourself. Hey, regardless if it's a mess that he's inherited or one that he's created for himself, this guy makes good pitches when the game's on the line.
To 2-2 now. I think it's safe to say he wasn't ready for the fastball.
Wow, was he behind that fastball. Great job on the mound using the curveball to set up the heater.
And they could go either way now, I suppose. And a swing and a miss. Good pitch there for the first out here in the 9th. So the leadoff man gone to start the top of the 9th as we take a look at league saves leaders entering play. And as you can see there, he in fact leads the NL in that category. Digging in now for the Brewers, Lorenzo Cain. He grounded out last time up. First delivery to him. This is on the ground over to first. He's got it. Throw to first will take care of him, and the Brewers are now down to their final out. So stepping in is D. Strange Gordon, and he needs to make something happen. They're down to their final out here in the 9th. He's set, and the pitch. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Now a swing, and he pops him up. And this should do it. Mateo has a play, makes the catch, and that's the ball game.
Some more good work out of the bullpen as he notches his 10th save of the season right there. Nice job.
9-7, the final score in this ball game. The Padres put up a 4 spot in the opening frame on the way to victory. Chris Paddock wins his 3rd of the season. Keone Kela earns the save out of the bullpen, his 10th. So that will wrap things up. For Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Wackney, and our whole crew, I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, head to theshow.com.
The final line score for this afternoon's ball game. For the victorious San Diego Padres, 9 runs, 12 hits, no errors. They left 6 men on base. For the Brewers, 7 runs on 13 hits, 1 error. They left 5 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 59 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind